Hello, fellow peasants. Today I'll be reviewing 1997's Wishmaster. Okay, guys, so I watched Wishmaster. I've always seen the poster for this film. It's always been like in the back of my mind, like, oh, I should get to that. It's just one of those movies where you just finally get to it. And so what's it about? Basically, it's about an evil genie that gets released from this gemologist, if I'm saying that right. Gets her hands on this stone. She takes it to a friend of hers to look at it. The genie comes out of the stone, kills him, and basically the rest of the film is just the genie going around and granting people's wishes and causing havoc, killing people. Their wishes are never fully what they want. Like, they'll wish for something and they get it, but it's not like what they wanted. Like the first guy, like, for example, the guy who's looking at the gem, who dies, when the genie comes out of the gem, he sees that the guy's hurt because there's a huge explosion when he comes out, and he's like, I can take the pain away. He's like, do you want me to? And he goes, yeah. And then he just kills him. So, I mean, he took the pain away. He granted the wish, but, so, like, the wishes are always kind of backhanded wishes or whatever. So what do I like? What do I not like about Wishmaster? I do like the setup. I like the concept here. I like the idea of this djinn, also known as genie, the djinn, going around on like a little fucking murder spree, released from the gym and going around the city and killing people and harnessing more power as he goes. I like that. He also takes the shape of a human being at one point, and I like it. I like the some of the special effects in it are very dated, but there are a handful of shots where I was like, okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad considering the film is almost 30 years old. There were some good practical effects in here, but there were some really bad effects in here as well. But like I said, so I like the overall concept. I like the idea of the genie being released. I like some of the practical effects in here. The acting was decent overall. I think the acting in here was decent. I'm trying to think of what else I like about this. I do like some of the people who star in the film. And, we have Robert Englund is in here. Tony Todd is in here. Kane Hodder is in this movie. So you've got some horror movie heavyweights up in here. And they give some good performances. I just think the idea of the film is just not as good. I mean, the execution of the concept just wasn't that great. Like, this is a film that had the potential to be really, really good, and it just kind of falls flat. It just doesn't deliver the way I think it could have. I think a remake of this could do the concept more justice. The special effects in here, for 90% of the time, they are cheesy, they are dated. Even for the time, some of these are just dog shit effects. Like, the Kane Hodder's death scene is the worst. And, like, I don't even know what happened, really. Like, Kane Hodder's like a security guard at this building, and he's like, you have to go through me. And so the genie does, right? And So he makes Kane Hodder, he puts Kane Hodder into the glass of the door, and then he walks through the door, breaking the glass, and it shatters. And if you guys have seen the movie, you know how bad it is. Like, it's pretty abysmal. And there's other effects in here that are pretty bad too. And this, just the made-for-TV feel that it has. Like, the cinematography in here is not that good. It's really very subpar, honestly. There are a few shots that are okay. You know, like, there are a few shots here and there that I'm like, oh, that's nice, that's nice. But then a lot of it just feels just cheap and made for TV. Now, in terms of the tone of the film, I feel like it ripped off of Scream a lot in terms of its overall tone, which some of that makes sense. Wes Craven was a producer on this film, so that could be why there's a Scream vibe to it. I just think that, and that's more of like a mixed thing. That's not something it's not really a negative for the film. I kind of like that it rips off Scream a bit, but then at the same time, I'm like, I wanted you to do your own thing. There's just a lot of Scream vibes in here, and it's like, oh, you know, you just kind of borrowed that. But at the same time, I like it for that. It was just really weird to say, but you know, I'm just kind of hit or miss on it, because as much as I like the Scream vibes, I just wanted it to do its own thing, if that makes any sense. And I really like, I'll go back to another thing that I did like about the film. We'll end it on a positive here. I like the way it wrapped up. I like the way she outsmarted him. She was like, he's like, Grant, give me a wish. Wish something, bitch. And she's like, I wish the operator on the dock that day had not been drinking. Because at the beginning of the film, this operator who's operating this crane, getting this crate that the gym is in off the boat, he's drunk, he spills his coffee, whatever, the crate drops, the gym falls out, and this construction worker takes the gym and he sells it off, and that's how you get the ball rolling for the events of the rest of the film. But if he wasn't drinking on the job that day, the gym would have been properly secured. It would not have fallen out of the crate. The construction guy wouldn't have got his hands on it, and it would have went to Robert Englund's fancy museum to be on display or whatever, and it wouldn't have ended up in the hands of the wrong people, and possibly the guy wouldn't have died at the beginning, who was her kind of love affair guy. So she also gets her like love interest back at the end of the film, because he doesn't end up looking at the gym and it exploding and killing him in the lab. So I like that. I like that it came kind of full circle back to the beginning of the film, and I like that she outsmarted him in that way. That was a really smart wish. But overall, what would I rate this? I would say I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. A 6 out of 10, I think, is a fair rating for Wishmaster. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, what you think about 1997's Wishmaster. Have a good one, peasants. Peace out. Bye-bye.